Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the world of wheat pennies. But here's the surprise. Some of these old pennies have sold for tens of thousands, even over $100,000. Rare dates, mint mark errors, and incredibly low mintages have made certain wheat pennies true treasures. The 1943 steel wheat penny in circulated condition might not look like much at first glance, but don't let its plain silver-gray surface fool you. This little coin, struck during the chaos of World War II, carries one of the most dramatic backstories in American coin history. And even in circulated shape, if it has the right traits, this coin could be worth a heart-stopping $110,000 or more to collectors. Yes, you heard that right. Over $100,000 for a penny that once bought a stick of gum. Let's rewind the clock to 1943. The United States was deep in the war effort. Copper, a vital material for shell casings and military equipment, was urgently needed. So, in a bold move, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the Lincoln penny for 1 year only, minting them from zinc-coated steel instead of the traditional copper. That's how the famous 1943 steel cent was born. It was a 1 year only experiment, and collectors today go wild for anything that screams limited edition. But that's just the beginning of this coin's shocking story. Now, the 1943 steel penny came in 3 versions: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. The S mint mark version was struck at the San Francisco Mint, and while millions were made, far fewer survived in high quality. And here's the jaw-dropper. Some of these coins were struck using worn-out or misaligned dies, causing dramatic minting errors. These error coins, like doubled dies, clipped planchets, or even struck through grease examples, can skyrocket in value, especially when verified by experts. Your coin is in circulated condition, which is typical since these pennies were heavily used in everyday transactions. You'll probably see some dulling of the original shine, maybe a few scratches, and a bit of corrosion from the steel reacting to moisture over the decades. But if it holds an error, even the wear won't stop collectors from bidding big. One error, 1943. S penny with a subtle doubled date fetched a stunning $112,000 at auction. Not because it was shiny and perfect, but because it was unique and authenticated. The design on this coin is pure classic Americana. On the front we have Abraham Lincoln in profile, the simple word Liberty, and the date 1943, followed by the small S mint mark just under it. Flip it over and you'll see the wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent, a staple design from 1909 to 1958. It's simple, timeless, and instantly recognizable to anyone who ever dug in their pockets for change as a kid. One reason this coin is so hot right now is because people are finally realizing how rare original 1943 S errors are becoming. Most steel cents rusted away, were lost, or were damaged beyond value. But even with a little wear and tear, a genuine 1943 S penny, especially with a verified error, can fetch 5 figures or more in today's collector market. So before you toss it in a jar or think of it as just another old penny, take a closer look. Check for doubling, odd shapes, weak lettering, or off-center strikes. A small imperfection could mean a huge payday. And if it's in better shape than you thought, or has one of those legendary mint errors, then congratulations. You might be sitting on a 6-figure surprise. And just when you think that's the end of the penny magic, the next coin on our list might carry an even rarer twist. Don't go anywhere. What's coming next could make this coin look like small change. 1943, D Steel Wheat Penny. Just hearing that name might bring back memories, maybe from your childhood or from finding one of these strange, silver-colored pennies in your pocket long ago. But here's the twist. What looks like a regular old penny from the war years could actually be hiding one of the most electrifying surprises in U.S. coin history. And this specific coin, struck at the Denver Mint, is one of the most mysterious and underrated coins ever made. Now picture this, a penny that isn't copper. That's right. During World War II, copper was in short supply. The U.S. Mint needed it for ammunition and military supplies. So in 1943, they made a daring change and produced pennies using zinc-coated steel instead. It was the first and only time the Lincoln cent went silver. not in precious metal, but in appearance. And while millions of these steel cents were made, many didn't survive the test of time. They rusted. They were tossed out. They were even mistaken for dimes and pulled from circulation. This 1943 D steel wheat penny might look plain. It might even show wear, nicks, or patches of rust. But that Denver D mint mark? That's the detail that drives collectors wild. Why? Because among the steel pennies of that year, the Denver Mint is known to have produced some of the most desirable error varieties. Imagine this, a 1943 D penny with a repunched mint mark where the D was stamped twice and slightly off-center. One of those recently sold for over $60,000 at auction. That's right, a penny, worn and circulated, fetching a luxury car price tag. But wait, it gets better. A small handful of 1943 D steel pennies were found to be double-die obverses. That means parts of the text, like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," appear doubled. And those coins? They don't just raise eyebrows, they raise paddles at auction houses. One of those incredibly rare 1943 D double dies fetched $125,000. And let's not forget the ultimate dream. A 1943 D steel penny struck on a bronze plancher by mistake. Only a few exist, but if you have one, we're talking life-changing money. One verified example brought in a staggering $840,000. Even without any dramatic mint errors, a regular 1943 D steel penny in great condition can still be worth thousands. In circulated but decent shape, collectors are known to pay $5,000 to $12,000, especially if the surfaces are clean and the details are strong. This isn't just about metal, it's about history, rarity, and nostalgia. These coins tell a story of a nation at war, of rationing and resilience. Every steel penny that survived is a relic of that fight. Now ask yourself, do you have one like this sitting in a jar, in an old coin album, or tucked away in a drawer? Pull it out. Look closely. That tiny D mint mark just under the date could be the clue that takes your penny from pocket change to powerhouse. Because with the right details, your simple-looking 1943 D wheat penny could bring in more money than you